Hello, my friends. Just laying down on the couch here. Thought I'd make a little video for you guys. And today's video is actually about what kind of a gym should you go to? What's the best gym? And obviously, from city to city, gyms vary. Here in the CBRM, you might not have the same gyms as you might have over in Halifax, or over in St. John's, right? So, or, down in New York, over in Tokyo, who knows, right? And, yeah, this is kind of the opposite of what you might think. I'm kind of just laid back, chilling, talking about some strenuous physical activity. But let me focus this back in. Yeah, no, the point of the video here, basically trying to help you guys determine what gym is going to be best for you. Now, first thing you got to do is take an inventory of the possible gyms that you could go to, right? So, what's most likely going to be the gym that you're going to go to when you're done work, or you're done school? If you got a gym over at your college, if you're going to college, should you go to that one? I've played that game. I've done it. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, as some say. And basically what I want to, again, talk to you guys about is take an inventory of all the gyms that you could possibly go to. And for the love of God, don't pick the cheapest one. And that's another thing that you can take from life, Don't pick the cheapest anything just because it's cheap. Because you might find a cheap gym and it might suck. I'll get readjusted here. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want out of the gym? So again, depending on the gym, there are going to be different environments. You might get a gym where it's like, okay, so we're going to have a lot of powerlifters here. Well, if you're, 120-pound soaking wet soy boy, you're not going to want to go to the powerlifter gym. You're not going to want to go to the strongman gym. If that's what you want out of life, don't go there. Same thing, if you're a powerlifter, what in the fuck are you doing going to the soy boy gyms? Right? Because, I'll tell you, the soy boy gyms are the cheap ones. Right? I'm not going to drop any names here. But you guys know the ones I'm talking about. And, you're just not going to get what you want out of the gym. Right? So what's motivating you to go to the gym? Do you want to... Who do you want to see in there? Right? You want to see the same people who are after the same goals as you are. And again, fitness is a very niche thing in and of itself, but there are niches inside of the fitness world, You have the guys who don't care about their looks and they just want to get strong as fuck. You have guys like me who want to stay natural as long as possible while maintaining an aesthetic physique. You have guys who don't care about being natural and, take up all the roids you can possibly take and you go from there. Right? You have your mass monsters, the guys who want to look like the bodybuilders. You have, again, your soy boys who want to look like they're perpetually 16. With the skinny bodies. And that's definitely not what I promote on this channel. I can't knock it though, if that's your goal. So basically what I'm saying here is take an inventory of what kind of gyms have what reputations. Go get a day pass. If you go in and it's not the environment that you want, get the fuck out. Because that's not the gym that you want to be at. And so that's basically what I would do. Now, am I going to talk about exactly what gyms are the best? Well, listen, if you want to be into aesthetics or bodybuilding or powerlifting, you got to make sure that there's a squat rack in there. You got to make sure there are bench presses. You got to make sure that there are places where you can do deadlifts. And again, going back to the college gym thing, when I was back at university, There was a squat rack. There was a bench press that was horrible. There was a place to do deadlifts. But if you had, let's say you're doing a leg day, you wanted to squat, and the squat rack was being used, shit out of luck, you gotta go do leg press. You gotta go over to where people usually do deadlifts, and then do like a power clean the fucking weight up to your clavicle and start front squatting. I've been there, I've had to do that. And so you have to ask yourself, is that something you want to put yourself through? I'm going to say no. If you have to go do that, it's not the gym for you. Even if it saves you $50 a month, you have to consider what you're going to be getting out of that. So you might be getting a free gym pass with your students' union or whatever, but is it going to be a good gym? 3 benches, a dumbbell rack, a squat rack, a bench, and a place you can do deadlifts. Of course, there are some gyms that don't even want you doing deadlifts in them, in which case I would strongly recommend, if you are trying to get as massive as possible, do not go there. But if you don't do deadlifts, there are some people who, physiologically cannot do that. If you have some sort of a disability, then, again, you gotta pick a gym. Again, if you're disabled, right? If you're one of these, much respect to you guys who are out there in wheelchairs, still making it into the gym, when we got people with all 4 limbs that are working totally fine, not even going in there at all. Like, massive shout out to you guys. You're up there, you're doing your curls. But, if there's a staircase and there's no ramp, don't go to that gym. You can't. You physically cannot. So, again, it's all about what you want out of the gym. Make sure you go there first and figure out what the fuck's going on in there, because you can't be fucking around there. Now, me personally, and for anybody who I would advise, any of my, the people who follow me, who follow what I do, which is high frequency training, compound lifts, getting as aesthetic, as massive as possible, as strong as possible, having a well-rounded physique for strength and aesthetic purposes. What would I look for in a gym? Like I said, the squat rack, the deadlift, the bench, but you also got to make sure that there's enough equipment to do accessory movements with, and the cardio. Don't worry about the cardio machines, because you can do that shit at your house, right? You can wake up in the morning and do some jumping jacks, right? You can go run around the block. If you're into any certain things like classes or anything like that, find a gym that does classes. Most do. And again, if you're into martial arts, there are some martial arts gyms, or dojos or whatever, that have a gym inside of them. Like, if you go to my dojo, shout out to Whittles Martial Arts, you're in the Cape Breton area, I suggest you go check us out, because you want to do kickboxing, Ueshiru karate, best instructors around. Anyway, shameless plug there, but we have a gym. There's no squat rack, but there's a Smith machine. I don't really recommend Smith machines, but there's a bench, there's barbells, there's plates, and you can, like, let's say that you're in the Ueshiru class, you can go during kickboxing. If you're in the kickboxing class, you can come upstairs and use the weight room while we're doing Ueshiru classes. So it all blends together. But anyway, those are some of the options that you guys have. And again, don't go to a gym based on the cost, because you can get $10 hippie gym pass and you're going to be basically wasting fucking time in there. They're only after your money, and they know that they can get it because they're at such a cheap rate. So again, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in personal coaching or anything like that, give me a shout. Find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. Links are in the description. Yeah, get in touch with me, and I'll put you in with, get you some online coaching, get you a program, make you a meal plan, whatever the case might be, suit your needs. Alright, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.